A man who claimed to be her Uber driver, but turned out to be anything but.
6 on your side's Madeline White joins us live in studio with details.
Dawn, Michelle, after the terrifying incident, the woman says she feels lucky to be alive. It was last call early Sunday at Denny's Lounge in Nampa when Sarah Moriarty decided to call an Uber home.
So I came out of the Denny's Lounge door and I just kind of came and stood right under the sign, and I was just staring at my cell phone, just trying to check the Uber app or checking Facebook, whatever, just waiting. And there was a car parked right here, and that's when he leaned out of the window and he said, "If you're waiting for Uber, I'm your driver."
But it was not her Uber driver at all.
So I got in his car and we were pulling out of the Denny's parking lot, and we kind of get to the stoplight on North Side, and I kind of realized something's not right because he pulls out his phone and he's kind of messing with the apps on it. And he's like, "Oh, my app isn't working. Would you please remind me where we're going?"
That's when she started to realize the terrifying situation she was in. She had just gotten into a stranger's moving car.
Just texting my boyfriend, I'm like, "Hey, if something happens to me, I'm dead. I don't know what to do. I just want to let you know what's going on. I'm in some dude's car."
Her actual Uber driver called her to ask where she was. She explained she got into a different car, but says she didn't want to let the posing Uber driver know that she was on to him.
And as soon as I hung up the phone, the guy that was driving was like, "Who was that?" And I was like, "Oh, that was Uber." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell my colleagues that my Uber app isn't working." And I'm just thinking, that's not how Uber works. We got to my house, and when we pulled up, he said something about payment, and at this point I'm just wanting to get out of the car. And I was like, "Well, usually Uber just charges my credit card." And he's just like, "You know what, since the app's not working," he's like, "this ride's on me."
She made it safely into her home without harm, but is now left to wonder what his intentions were.
He's like, "Oh, you seem really sober for only being at the bar or for coming from the bar." I was like, "Yeah, I wasn't really drinking that much. I was just trying to be responsible and not drive." It was a really, as soon as I got in that car, the door closed and we pulled out, it's just, my gut just told me, I was like, this is not right.
Nampa police urge RideShare users to use caution when getting into your ride.
Both Lyft and Uber, they say that on the app, when you request a car, they show a picture of the car, they show a picture of the driver, making sure that the car and the driver match the pictures that are on your app. If they don't get in the car.
What people might not know is that earlier this year, the Uber app added a panic feature that allows U.S. users to contact emergency dispatchers immediately in the case that something goes wrong. The safety center can be accessed during your trip by swiping up on the app's home screen. Live in